something happened yesterday to my wife. And it was one of those phone calls where I answered the phone and I could tell she was in tears. And my first inclination was to automatically go to my keys because I was about to drive over.
Take care of business.
Because
Yes,
she
you
was
were.
clearly, she was crying. All I heard was Jose, and I can tell she was crying. And I went straight for my keys. I was like, "What's wrong?" She was at a park with my daughter and her cheerleading squad because they were out there practicing. As you know, a lot of kids, they go try to find different areas to go practice for their sport or for cheerleading or whatever they're doing. And she was out there. And she said, I was approached. I said, "You were approached?" Now I'm getting scared. I'm like, "You were approached by what?" And she goes, "It was the most beautiful thing."
Oh.
And I said, "Okay,
what
you
a
didn't have
relief.
I thought you had like a Karen moment, or there was a scary guy at the park. There's all these little girls there from our cheer squad. I thought I don't know why, but I thought the worst, but it was the best."
Okay.
She said she was approached by a little 5 or 6 year old boy,
Okay.
and right behind him was his mom. And she said these people had been at the park the entire practice, watching them practice. It was a mom, a dad, 3 kids, 2 boys, 1 little girl. They had balloons. My wife said that it looked like what appeared to be a cake.
Oh.
And a little cooler with drinks, and just them, the family. And the little boy walked up to my wife and said, in broken English, couldn't speak English very well, "Can you help us?" And the mom extended some candles towards my wife, and there were letters, HAPPY.
Spelling out happy birthday, we assume. Right?
But they weren't spelling it out. They were just letters.
Yeah.
And she extended the candles and handed them to my wife. And my wife looked at her and tried to speak to her, and the lady did not speak English.
Okay.
And so she looked at the little boy again, who was trying to do the translating for his mom, and said, "Can you help us? Happy birthday." And Kinsey said, "You want me to spell out happy birthday?" And he shook his head yes on the cake.
Aw.
So she asked a couple more questions. She said, "Well, where are you guys from?" And the little boy said, "They're from Syria. They're Syrian refugees."
Oh.
And she said, "How long have you guys been out here?" And the little boy held up 4. And she said, 4 years? And he shook his head. 4 days? No, they've been here 4 months.
4
Wow.
months.
4 months. So this was obviously their first celebration in America as a family.
And it's one of them's birthday.
And it was his 4-year-old sister's birthday.
Oh.
Okay.
But they had no family, no friends, no one to come celebrate. The little girl was just sitting on the bench by herself. And so he talked to the mom a little bit more, and then he looked at my wife again and said, "Do you guys want to come to my sister's birthday?" And so some of the girls had left from the cheer squad, but there was still quite a few remaining. And my wife said, "Hey, do you guys want to come and celebrate with this little girl?" And then all the girls went over there.
Heck yeah.
And then the mom said something, and he asked my wife, Can you guys help sing?"
Oh.
Sing happy birthday.
Oh,
And he
man.
said, "My mom doesn't know the song.
Aw.
They don't know our happy birthday song. They're trying to
Yeah.
assimilate to our culture and our customs." And they all sang happy birthday to her. They got cake.
Oh, that's
They got a little drink, and they sat there, just an impromptu birthday
Birthday
celebration
celebration. Yeah.
with this really cool family out there. And she was crying. She was crying happiness.
Happy
Yeah.
tears.
She
Yeah.
said she felt so grateful that we live in this country. Like this family, we don't know what this family had to endure in Syria and why they had to move out here. We don't know how the process works or why this country was the chosen country for them, but they're
and how they ended up here.
Yeah.
It's a
how they
big
ended up-
country.
It
Right.
is a big country, and they ended up in this suburban neighborhood, and they were just going out. And I think with the intention of hoping that they would run into other people. so
Sure.
that they
Wanted to
could-
make friends.
Yeah.
And to be a friend in that
Yeah.
moment of need where they like, we need help, and then your wife and
That is so sweet.
and to start
your kids.
and start a memory, create a memory for their
Yeah.
daughter, because
Yeah.
I'm sure these kids have memories that are not so great
Yeah.
from where they grew up in, and now they come out here and everything's different and hopefully a little more lighthearted, and everyone, I hope, treats them with kindness and friendliness like my
hope so,
wife's
too.
cheer squad did.
I hope so too, man.
And she
Hope
said-
y'all run into them again, and you're able to actually have friends and
Exactly.
play
You know?
dates and all. You never know what that could lead into.
And I asked my wife, I said, she got a picture of my daughter eating the cake, and they're kind of in the background, and she posted it. But I said, did you get their phone number or any information? She goes, we couldn't really
communicate.
And the little boy didn't really understand the concept of exchanging, all that information because he's 4. He's just helping out.
Right.
And she said it was beautiful to watch them because they were a family just like us, just like any other family.
Yeah.
You often think everybody's so different because they come from a different country, but she said no. They're this family with the 2 boys and a little girl, and when they wanted to take a family picture, the older boy didn't want to be in the picture. And they had the same things that we deal with as a family.
Dude, at the end of the day, we are a lot more alike than we are different. I mean, we want the same things. You want your kids to be happy and healthy, and you want, you have to provide for your family.
Yeah.
We're a lot more alike than we are different.
And I know we just did first world problems and everything, but if you feel like something's going on wrong in life or anything, just remember that
there's a lot of people doing a lot
we're a little
worse.
We're better off than some people are. So
next time though, you got Google Translate. I've used that before to communicate with people, and it really does help. Where you speak into it English and it translates it to the language you're looking for.
Well, I'm hoping that they make it a reoccurring thing where they go to the park on the same day, and maybe they eventually
might see them next week or
I
whatever.
think you'll see them again.
Yeah, because it'd be cool to get to know
you
them.
never know, man. God put them there and put you guys there at the same time for a reason.
But shout out to our Lions cheerleading squad for making that little girl's birthday.
Way to go, Lions.
Her first birthday in the U.S.
And happy birthday to that baby girl over there
Happy
turning
birthday,
4.
baby girl. Yes, ma'am.